Welcome, everyone, to week 3 of Mark Twain. My name is Beth Driver, and I'm excited to complete our novel, Huckleberry Finn, this week. You will be tasked with completing the novel. You'll also be tasked with completing a forum, and you have an essay due this week. This brief lesson will cover all 3 assignments. I know it seems like a lot, but you can do it. It's not impossible, and hopefully you'll enjoy the ending of Huckleberry Finn. Now, as you're going through the last part of the novel, I want you to consider the changes that occurred with Huckleberry Finn. In a way, this novel is a Bildungsroman. It's a novel that shows a boy growing into a man. And a good foil, in my view, for this character is Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer does not appear to mature in the novel. And remember at the beginning of the novel, Huckleberry Finn kind of idolizes Tom Sawyer, thinks of him as this, wonderful friend who goes on these great adventures. But at the end of the novel, when he truly believes that Jim's life is hanging in the balance, and Tom Sawyer is still acting as though it's just some grand adventure and doesn't even seem to realize that Jim's life is hanging in the balance. Huckleberry Finn, to me, appears to go through a metamorphosis or a change, perhaps, where you do see growth internally with him, I think. But I would be interested in hearing what you think in terms of how Tom's relationship and view of Tom Sawyer changes, and what does that reveal about his character? Now, in the forums, of course, you will be discussing the themes of the novel, and that kind of goes along with the theme. What does Huckleberry Finn realize about society and about man in general? Obviously, he has not had some positive experiences with his father, and unfortunately with Tom Sawyer as well, and with a few of the other characters that he meets along the river and meets along the way while he's trying to save Jim from society, or save himself from society itself. So just kind of consider what his views or what he learns about man. Also, think about religion and how Mark Twain portrays religion in this work and the hypocrisy that we often see within Christianity. That's also emphasized in the work as well. And we see society and the corruption of society. There are many themes that you could discuss within the novel, and all of it is valid. And many of these themes that we see within the novel are highlighted and emphasized in some of Mark Twain's later works, especially nearing the end of his life when he experienced some tragedies. These themes play a bigger role in his writings, and at times he can seem to be a bit of a misanthropic. He's not a fan of man. At times it seems like that's emphasized. So it would be interesting to see what kind of themes you discuss this week. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. But note, of course, that Mark Twain himself said persons attempting to find a motive in this narrative will be prosecuted. We know that that's tongue-in-cheek as well, because there are obviously motives, there's obviously morals, there's obviously themes, but Twain claimed there wasn't, but we know there is. So that's very satirical in my view, of course. In any case, so you have your forum due today, this week, excuse me. You also have a lesson to read. The lesson's pretty short, so it shouldn't take you that long to go through. You also have an assignment due this week. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. It's the short essay, the first short essay. It's due at the end of the week. And note this, it says no outside sources are required. I almost would prefer you to use your own ideas, your own views, your own thoughts, simply because that's what I'm interested in. I don't want to know what so-and-so says about Huckleberry Finn. I want to know what you think. So Use your own thoughts. If you feel like you need outside sources, go ahead and use them. Please, please, please do not use anything like Spark Notes or anything like Schmoop. I do not want to see those sources in your essay. If you do use sources, it should be scholarly, modern criticism from the APUS library. You can use JSTOR, you can use EBSCO, and you can use ProQuest. But I want you to stay away from general websites, summary websites. You can use Google Scholar if you want. And one technique is when I am searching for modern criticism, in the search, as one of the search terms, I add the not phrase, I guess, PDF. Oftentimes, the criticism, peer review criticism, is uploaded as a PDF file. So PDF files. So if you put the word PDF as one of the search terms, you'll have a better chance of finding criticism through Google Scholar. But my preference would be for you to use the library. Note that these are the questions. Okay. If you want to write about something else, you can. But you need to email me first or message me. Please let me know. I don't want you to just go off on a tangent, and I want you to choose one of these questions or email me. Okay? Also, this needs to be in third person. So, although it's your own thoughts, I don't want to see any I thinks, I feels, or anything like that. I don't want you to say this phrase as your thesis statement. This essay will be about that. Please avoid that at all costs. Instead, I want you to tell me, I want you to give away the ending. Remember, you're not a mystery writer, you're a lawyer. And you're going to tell me up front what your plan is in your thesis statement. And where does a thesis statement go? It always goes at the bottom of your opening paragraph. Now, this essay is 750 to 1,250 words. Note that says 3 to 5 pages. It's around, but look more for the word count. Oh, and there's a double words there, so I'll remove that. I'll have to tell the course developer. But in any case, look at the word count more than the page count. Okay, I'm interested in how many words there are, not pages. And note that the header and your works cited list are not included in the word count. Okay. Also note that if you write a 750 word essay, your grade will probably be lower than if you reach the max. Okay, so somewhere in the middle, like 1,000 words, give or take, you're on good track. You're in good shape. And then also note in the notes, first person should not be used in the essay. Please use third person. All right, well, that's it for this week's lesson. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or message me. I'm happy to help you. Oftentimes, I love actually getting messages because it kind of breaks up the day. I do a lot of grading, and I like to hear from students. So if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want me to check something, if you want me to look at an introduction or a thesis statement or an outline or a conclusion or a body paragraph, please let me know. I'm here to help you. Anyway, have a wonderful week. I'm looking forward to talking with you in the forums. Bye.